it's just an emotion that I'm feeling.
So, what advice do you have for parents who are trying to break the cycle emotionally?
I think you've got to do work on yourself. I think that that's whether that's a form of yoga, whether that's a form of breath work, whether that's a form of a psychologist, whether that's a form of going to see and have talkability and talk to somebody about it. I think that we need to do work on ourselves in some form to release a lot of what we've got going on. I think it's also recognizing your patterns and your habits. Like sugar has been a really big one for me. Like, I don't know, I stopped drinking 9 years ago. Social media is also like, I know when I'm not feeling good because I will go into a deep dive on social media and I'll be there for an hour and you're like, whoa, where did that hour go? And I know that that's something that I'm not dealing with. Or the same with sugar. Like, I'll stop at a petrol station and get sugar. I mean, I'm much better now, but for the last 5 years, while separating, it was big. I was so exhausted that I needed the sugar to continue. So it's recognizing what your habits are. Is it a glass of wine? Is it social media? Is it dating too much? Um, Going out with your friends too much, is having conversations with them. Like, what are your habits and what are your patterns for what you do when you have big feelings arise that is really uncomfortable for you and you don't want to feel it? What is it that you do? And then recognizing that there is another way. Maybe it's getting out a journal and journaling. Maybe that's screaming into a pillow. Maybe that's having your 5 minutes of going down to the beach and screaming, or going into the water and doing whatever you can to get it out. I think that there's many other healthy ways that we need to process. With kids, it's slime, it's kinetic sand, which is like, feeling into what's happening. It's getting a sand tray for them. I have this big bot bag that, you punch and you get things out of your body. So I think it's important that we all know what our triggers are and we're not shameful to yourselves or to other people to do so. It's also with families, and with the other thing that we haven't spoken about today is boundaries. You've got to have boundaries to keep yourself safe. You have got to have boundaries. It is okay to let people go if they're in your life and they are not showing up for you in a way that doesn't make you feel good. It is okay to put boundaries in place. Even if it's family, if you don't want to go to a certain circumstance or an event, say no. If you're not in a good place, if you've got stuff emotionally going on, if you're not in a mental health place, don't go. You don't have to go to every single place that you're invited to just because you're invited. Check in with yourself, say, how am I feeling today? And make sure that is where the place that you come from. Because if we are constantly doing things for everybody else the whole time, we're looking after our kids in the morning, we're doing stuff for the bake sale, we're going to this event because it's our friend's birthday and we don't have the energy to go, we're looking at our parents, we're going to family functions, you're going to be resentful in life because you're not showing up for yourself. So it's making sure that you have self-love and you have time for yourself and you make sure that you make yourself a priority.
So, boundaries and emotional self care are recurring topics on this podcast for sure. And it's one of the things that we've always said is that practicing self care is not selfless or
Sure.
selfish. It's not selfish. If you need to take care of yourself, if you need to take a break, and 99.9% of the time, I'm talking to moms, because they are here in America anyway, they are probably more involved in the children's lives, day to day upkeep and maintenance and all of that. And they're just blowing around like a tornado and just don't have time for themselves. And they're always focused on taking care of the child's needs. And there's nothing wrong with that up until the point that it's causing a problem with them, right?